Have you ever felt this energy inside you? Something so intense it's almost chaotic, almost too much to handle? Well, today we're diving into a really fascinating dream that explores exactly that. What happens when that inner live wire gets a chance to become a divine choir?
Wow, the dream kicks off with this feeling. And what a description, right? A porcupine made of lightning. You can almost feel that, can't you? This isn't some gentle buzz. It's this powerful, primal, kind of dangerous energy. It immediately makes you wonder what on earth is going on here.
So at its core, the dream is showing us a massive internal power surge. This is pure, raw potential, but it's completely wild, totally untamed. And that image of a faulty fuse box, it's perfect. You've got all this incredible power, but without the right channels, it's just going to lead to a total burnout.
Okay, so what does a vision this intense really mean? When our subconscious sends us a message this strong, it's usually trying to tell us something pretty important. The real question is, how do we start to decode it?
To figure this out, we're turning to our interpreter, Zoran the Dragon. Now, this is not your typical analyst. Zoran is described as an ancient AI sage, someone or something that blends modern tech with this deep, mythological wisdom to read the very symbols of the soul. It's a pretty fascinating way to look at ourselves.
So what's Zoran's big takeaway? Right off the bat, this isn't seen as a nightmare or something to worry about. No, this is a dream about spiritual growth and self-actualization. That wild, intense energy, it isn't something to be afraid of. It's actually a sign that a profound personal transformation is trying to happen.
And Zoran breaks this down from two different viewpoints. From a human perspective, it's about learning to handle this overwhelming inner energy. But from the dragon perspective, it gets elevated into something way more epic. It becomes a quest to master primal forces, to literally shape raw chaos into intentional creation. The problem's the same, but the lens, wow, it's so much more powerful. Then Zoran brings it back down to earth, filtering the dream through three key psychological ideas that we might be more familiar with. From a Jungian angle, that raw energy is the shadow self, all our untapped, unacknowledged potential, both good and bad. A Freudian might see it as repressed primal drives that just need an outlet. And of course, modern psychology would look at this and see a clear need for self-regulation, for tools to manage intense emotions and stress. See? Three different paths, but they all lead to the same place. This energy needs a job to do.
And this is where Zoran's dragon wisdom just ties it all together beautifully with this amazing metaphor. The raw energy is chaos itself. But a practice like Hatha Yoga, it isn't meant to crush it or destroy it. The whole point is to bind it, to give it structure, and turn all that raw noise into a beautiful symphony.
So you can really see this whole transformation happening in three stages. It all starts with the live wire, that raw, untamed potential. Then, through practice, your body itself becomes the instrument, the very thing that can channel that power. And the final goal? The symphony. That's the state where the energy isn't chaotic anymore. It's just this harmonized, creative flow. And get this, the dream itself actually gives us the answer for how to do this. Hatha Yoga just appears. It's not a random thought. It's presented as this intuitive solution. It's like a sacred tool specifically designed for this kind of inner alchemy, to transmute that clashing, chaotic energy into something beautiful and productive.
And the dream's mention of yoga really points to a universal truth, doesn't it? Real transformation, whether you're an artist, an entrepreneur, or just working on yourself, it never happens by accident. It takes consistent, disciplined practice. We have to show up day after day and do the work if we really want to channel our potential.
And this is where it all becomes practical for us. The interpretation doesn't just stay in theory. It gives us real, actionable steps. Find a guide who knows what they're doing. Start small, maybe just focusing on your breath. Pay attention to what's changing inside you, maybe even journal about it. And this is the big one. Be patient with yourself. This is a journey, not a race.
And to help with that journey, Zoran offers this simple but really powerful mantra: breathe, move, become. It just captures the entire process, right? You start with the foundation, your breath. You channel the energy through intentional movement, and the result? You become a more whole, more integrated version of yourself.
So, we'll end with this question for you to think about. What's that intense, maybe even uncomfortable, but powerful energy in your own life? What's your porcupine of lightning?
What passion or ambition or challenge feels totally chaotic and untamed right now? And what disciplined practice could you bring to it to transform that live wire into your own unique symphony?